There was an experiment over 100 years ago called the Michelson-Morley experiment to determine if there was what in physics was being proposed, that is what they called the ether. And the idea was there had to be a medium that everything traveled through. The Michelson-Morley experiment, using the science of that day, said no, there is no ether, there is no medium. Therefore, if you had a radio transmission tower at the radio station and it sent off an electromagnetic radio wave, that radio wave does not require a medium to travel through. And it hits your radio, and your radio can convert that signal into sound for you at your house, for example. In the book The Divine Matrix by noted metaphysicist Gregg Braden, he brings up this Morley, whatever his name, Michelson-Morley experiment, and he really wants us to look at this again. And he thinks that there is an ether, and he thinks that the experiment more than 100 years ago wasn't good enough. The technology wasn't good enough to find this ether. He talks about it in a chapter of this book, and unfortunately, I only read the first part of that chapter, and I got as far as him kind of questioning this Michelson-Morley experiment from so many years ago. Well, what does it really mean? If Gregg Braden thinks that it wasn't good enough, is it good enough to say, well, he's a noted author and maybe we should do more experiments? It looked like he was citing some information, but I didn't get that far to give you detail. Maybe there has been some more research on it. What is it really going to tell us? Well, Mr. Braden is trying to get us to come to the idea that we are all connected all the time. So he wants the idea of an ether because that would give him something physical that connects me and you. Why does he want something connecting me and you? His agenda is to get us to believe that it is so, that whatever we are up to affects everyone else, even if we're sitting here on our ass. Why does he want us to believe this? It's not really known. It's not really necessary for us to have a medium connected to one another, some kind of a physical thing, because that's what he thinks is going to prove the point that we're somehow one thing. Why does he want to prove that we're one thing? because it helps get people to be more caring to one another. If we're separate things, then whatever the hell happens to me doesn't matter to you.